Hello, everybody. How are you? Hi, Beth. How you doing? Let me pop over to YouTube for a second. It shouldn't take long. Okay, just wanted to get an idea. Okay, so since tomorrow is Thanksgiving, I'm going to start and end with my usual spiel. But unlike 99.9% of all the other creators who say this, I actually mean it. I want to thank all of you who have been so supportive and continue to be so supportive, including those of you who hate our guts, including those of you who think that we're the worst people on earth, including those of you who have a very low opinion of us, those of you who have sent information, those of you who have backed us, those of you who have sent us kind messages, um, those of you who have made your feelings known publicly. I appreciate that. I can't even begin to describe how edifying it is to have support. It really is. It's it's something that Negs and I did not have for years. We were the victims who were blamed for what was happening to us, and I'm just very very relieved that people can see through the bullshit. Hi, Amber Chick. How are you? Speaking of bullshit, you know, the old Chris Rock joke about how that train is never late. Yeah, well, the train pulled into my station today. And I got into a bit of a back and forth with Hecate on Twitter, and then promptly blocked her because she was boring me half to death. Hecate is very angry at me. Everything's great, Amber. Everything's great. The only thing that sucks about today is the weather, which is very cold. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving to you. It's very rainy, cold, miserable outside. So once I finish the stream, I'm going to get down to Thanksgiving preparations because it's the perfect evening for it, perfect afternoon/evening for it. Hecate wants to expose me for my terrible transphobia. I'm glad she's going to do that. You know, I find it interesting that yet again I run into an SJW who believes that stating biological reality is some kind of a mental illness. It's projection. Go ahead. Go ahead. Play my streams about the trans issue. Do it because I want everybody to see them. I want to get the word out to a wider audience. I really do. And now is the perfect time because now we have seen, as a result of the election and what people are saying, that they're fed the fuck up with all this nonsense. And we're about to witness the Supreme Court listen to a case that was brought by the ACLU about the quote unquote gender affirming care being offered to young people. And I think that everybody understands the way that the Supreme Court is going to rule on this. I mean, obviously, we're not practicing witchcraft and we don't have crystal balls, but I think that we can all guess, based on the makeup of the court, exactly what they're going to rule on. The ACLU put forward a lawyer who is out of their fucking mind. I don't know if that person is still going to be arguing the case. Oh, fuck off, you crazy cunt. The other thing that this woman did was she compared me to Nick Fuentes and said that I was going to be off of YouTube soon. So, oh well. Nick Fuentes, really? You compared me to a neo-Nazi. That's great, Hecate. Keep going. Keep going. Then I noticed, or somebody told me that Somebody told me that she had brought up Jews and my Judaism in her stream because, again, in the words of Chris Rock, that train is never late. It's never late. And you, every time you scratch the skin of an SJW, an anti Semite emerges every single time. And we've been seeing that consistently over the past, what is it, 13 months. And Hecate is no different. I asked her to explain my Jewishness that she brought up on stream, and her response was, "You are the one acting like you have all this money. You were bragging about stocks and bonds and inheritances," and then it goes on. To which I responded, "So you associate Jews with money, stocks, and inheritances. You could be describing the WASPs and wealthy international students I went to college with. Chris Rock was right. That train is never late. Thanks for removing the mask." I knew it. I knew it. I did. I knew it. I had my spidey senses were tingling. Um, then in another tweet, it was adorable. She got so mad because and I also mentioned to Hecate when it comes to the trans issue and me saying that men cannot become women and vice versa, which apparently I guess is a hate crime, right? According to her, she's Canadian, right? I told her, "I'm sure that your clients know what a woman is." She didn't say anything about that. And then, I expressed concern for her mania and her streaming for hours at a time. And she said, "I do crack, cocaine, opioids, weed, special K, shrooms, heroin, and speed." It shows, Azria. It shows. We can tell. All right. There was no need to even mention that because everybody who was writing to me the other day after your unhinged stream about me and Negs was saying that they thought that you were out of your mind, high and drunk. You weren't making sense. You were slurring. So if I were you, maybe I wouldn't be critiquing Tragic on slurring his way through a stream because madam, you are no better. You are no better. You're exactly the same. So, but keep going. Keep going. Let me see how much hate speech I can rack up in one of your streams in like an hour. Let me see, because YouTube doesn't like it. Oh, well, that's lovely. Hecate, how many times do I have to tell you that the race card is not played in my casino? That deck has been retired. It doesn't work. But neither does the anti-Semitism deck unless I choose to play it. That's my card to play. Ah, okay. No, you are an anti-Semite. You are. You are. I asked you point blank to tell me about my Jewish behavior or my Jewy Jewishness, and you immediately brought up money. Immediately brought up money. God, how can I get rid of this bitch? All right. How many sock accounts do you have? Yeah. Oh, the FBI, huh? How many times do I have to explain to you, bitch, that what you classify as hate speech is not illegal in this country? But go ahead. Go ahead. Somebody give Azria the number for Space Force. Somebody give her the number for Space Force, for SEAL Team 6. Put her in contact with them. And maybe I too will start. Maybe I too will start calling one of those horseshit human rights tribunals in Canada. Since in Canada you people don't believe in free speech, I'm sure that you attacking people, disabled people, and oh, really? Okay then. Wow. So you're a drug abuser. Well, we know that because we just read the list of shit that you're on. And mods, do me a favor because I'm going to start talking about pajamas in a second. Um, so would you guys watch out for her? I've banned her like 3 times and she keeps popping up like a poltergeist. Please get rid of her. The second that she comes in chat, I want you to yeet her because I'm sick of her shit. We are going to have a nice holiday, Carolyn. The state of the Corbin nation is strong. We're doing great, and it's going to be wonderful. I've got the turkey defrosting. I should have started. Well, it was delivered today. I couldn't. I couldn't start defrosting it before I got it, but yeah, it's going to be in good shape by tomorrow. It's going to be lovely and tasty, and we've got everything. Okay. Um, I guess that Azria did not like my comment about how her clients know what a woman is. I mean, I know in Canada they're very confused about what women are, but thank God in the United States the veil is lifting, the cloud is lifting, and soon we will be rid of this poisonous, ridiculous, child abusing movement. And maybe normal transgender people who don't have an agenda are going to be able to live in peace without the poisonous do-gooders who have done so much damage to the movement. So that's what I have to say about her. Anyway, we will, Carolyn. Thank you so much. Let me shamelessly promote our cash apps and stuff in case anybody feels the need or the desire to give me a tip. Thank you so much. All right. So, God damn it. Look at this bitch. Look at this cunt. Get rid of her. Out. Out. Get her out. God damn. You're like the herpes that you, well, you know. All right. You are like internet herpes. You really are. What's the other disease that people transmit? Is it scabies? You're like internet scabies as well. Where is my internet Valtrex to get rid of this bitch? All right. Yeah, she is a motorhead. Who else could stream for 3 days without stopping? All right. Now, we are going to switch gears. Instead of talking about that crazy bitch, we are going to talk about pajamas. Yes, pajamas. You may wonder, why the hell am I talking about pajamas? Well, pajamas are the talk of the town. The talk of the town. I will have no comment about that, tell you. Hi, Brandy. Good to see you. Gata, I think she's out of her mind. I really do. But the good news is that she said she's going to broadcast my transphobia on her channel, which makes me very, very happy because I tell the truth about the trans movement. And I am very pleased. I am very, very pleased that my words and my thoughts are going to be broadcast to a bigger audience. I can't wait. I can't wait. I've never said anything false on my channel about that. So please, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead, do it. All right. And don't forget to call Space Force. Don't leave them out of the party, Hecate. All right. What a coincidence, Joe. We are talking about Christmas pajamas. Why? Because 2 influencers decided to launch a pajama company. And the whole thing has gone catastrophically wrong because they ripped their customers off. They charged an arm and a leg for these freaking pajamas. The pajamas aren't even nice. And they are getting dragged for filth all over the internet. And at first I thought, yeah, who cares about pajamas? I'm not really interested in pajamas. But the more of this video that we're going to watch that I got into, the more I became intrigued by this pajama story because it really sort of underscores how fucked up the internet is and how fucked up influencers are and how people are absolutely shameless when it comes to selling products. So I am going to bring up Hannah Alonso. Now, you guys know I absolutely love Hannah Alonso. I think her content is great. I think she is adorable. And she did a really, really good job with this video because it was a choice between watching this and watching a sequence of Marky videos. But Hannah did such a good job of um, sort of putting it all together in a good, sort of easy to understand way. And it was so comprehensive that I thought, all right, Hannah Alonso it is, even though I love me some Marky. All right, so let's go. The brand is called For the Mems. I didn't know what the hell it meant. I thought it was a cool name, but we're about to get an explanation.
Yourself. Let's start with an overview of why Cecily and Samantha created For the Mems in the first place. Their announcement Instagram post reads, "It's here. We created Shop for the Mems because we noticed how difficult it was to find matching Christmas PJs each year that fit our entire fam, not just..."
You know what's weird? At the moment, at this very moment, at this exact moment, I am wearing Christmas pajama pants that I bought where? At Walmart, and they were selling them as family sets. I decided to abstain from buying 2 other pajama outfits for the men in the house because I knew they would give me the heavy, heavy side eye. I am wearing my adorable striped Grinch pajama bottoms. They are very, very cute. So I don't understand what all this trouble is finding family pajama sets. You did, baby. You looked very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Mucho hansomo.
that, but PJs our husband would also want to wear. For the Mems goes beyond holiday PJs, but we will also drop more launches for your family / significant others / groups where you can capture the memory of where you're going to be together. We hope you feel put together in every memory and feel good in what you're wearing because it's for the Mems. There's been a little bit of confusion on what for the Mems means. I've seen some people think that it's supposed to be a combo of men and moms because their mission statement seems to be that they're creating this line of PJs that both men and women will want to wear. But it's actually in reference to a very millennial coded text phrase short for the memories.
No wonder I didn't
like you're doing
understand it.
something for the sake of memories. We're doing it for the Mems.
Okay.
So right off the bat, their brand name might be a bit confusing for people who aren't up to date with their lingo, I guess. And these millennial coded phrases are consistent throughout most of the designs. We'll talk about all the designs in depth later, but just to give you a sneak peek, the men's t-shirts say things like, "What's cooler than being cool?" and "It's lit," and "Out here looking like a snack." And
Okay, Negs, are you here? These are the men's pajamas. All right. Now the men's pajamas are t-shirts and like track pants, basically. All right. I can promise you, my hand on my heart, that I would never buy you anything that looks like this. I cannot even imagine, not even for the laughs, not even for the meme instead of the memes, what kind of a look you would give me if I walked into the house and I had these pajamas. I handed them over to you and said, "Hey, let's get dressed up in our Christmas pajamas and take pictures. Let's put them on Instagram." Can you imagine? They're fucking hideous. And the designs, the artwork, if you can even call it that, just awful, tacky, and cheap.
Santa came to slay, spelled IGH. In my opinion, these kinds of phrases are appealing to a very small percentage of people. I think the majority of older people wouldn't identify with them, and I think the majority of younger people would find them cringe at this point. These were the trendy things to say back in like 2018, 2019. I think if you ask any high schooler or college kid today, they would say that these are not popular catchphrases anymore. They're outdated. These are the kinds of sayings that get passed over when you see them printed on a mug at TJ Maxx. And I only bring this up because the mission of the brand is to create PJs that every member of the family is going to want to wear, all the way from newborns to the grandparents, including the men in the family. However, I don't think that these designs are everybody's taste. And can I also point out that unisex holiday matching pajamas are not something that's uncommon. A lot of retailers sell these, yet they're acting like it has never been done before. They're positioning their brand as fulfilling this unmet need, which is really comical to me, actually, because hundreds of brands sell matching Christmas PJs. Just the ones that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that I've gotten ads for on my Instagram already this year: Old Navy, Target, Walmart, Hannah Anderson, Kite Baby, Little Sleepies, Burt's Bees Baby. You get the point. They're everywhere.
Now, I will say that I haven't seen the family or the Christmas pajamas at Target or any of these other companies except for Walmart, where they are very, very inexpensive and they're kind of cute, to be honest. I love these Grinch pajamas. I forgot that I bought them. Um, and I'm very happy with them, and they cost almost nothing. So I'm perfectly happy with my purchase. And I intend to be a rebel and wear them year round. And if you don't like it, that's just tough. Come and stop me.
Family has gotten matching Christmas pajamas for the past few years. They're not hard to find. And it's also not difficult to find a print that both me and my husband can agree on either. So just from a brand identity perspective, it doesn't
Hi,
seem
Donna.
very
Thank
solid.
you.
It seems like there's a lot of holes. They're not really fulfilling this unmet need like they think they are. You want to sell matching holiday family PJs? Great. So does every major retailer in the US. So then I'm thinking, okay, the brand isn't really a unique idea, but maybe the quality is great. Maybe the designs are super unique. Maybe there's something about For the Mems that stands out amongst what's already out there. Maybe the cut of the PJs is exceptionally flattering. Maybe the quality of the material is top notch. Well, I really hate to burst your bubble, but in my opinion, there was nothing super special about these PJs based on the marketing materials I saw in the weeks leading up to the launch. There's the Santa collection, which is just red PJs with a Santa face printed on them. Revolutionary. Never could have thought of that myself. There's a green tartan set, which is also a very common holiday print. There's an ornament set with red and green ornaments printed all over it. And then there's the après-ski set, which of all of these, I would say this is most my taste personally.
Okay, Negs, did you see anything you like here? I did not. I mean, I would wear red pajamas, but I wouldn't force you to do the same. And I think we would look very goofy walking around the house in matching pajamas. No, I didn't think so. Let's continue.
Samantha did say on her Instagram stories that this design was hand drawn by a friend, which I admit that's pretty cool. That's really unique.
The little drawings that we had our friend design are so cute. Little fireplace, ski lift, skiers cabin. I just love it.
At first glance, this seemed to be the most unique design that set For the Mems apart from other pajama companies. That is until I Googled après-ski pajamas and immediately found a nearly identical print sold on another website called Katie Kime. Same.
So wait a minute. I thought that her buddy hand drew that design. So her buddy went around the internet, looked up après-ski designs, and copied one. Wonderful. And I'm sorry. Oh my God, poor Anna. We've triggered her so badly. We've touched a nerve. I'm sorry. Hi, Queen Reindeer. Good to see you. All right.
Same name, same colors, same design concept. So it turns out that it's not as unique as I thought. None of these designs are. Nothing stood out to me as like, oh my gosh, I need those PJs. That is the cutest design I have ever seen in my entire life. But you know what? That's totally fine. Just because it's not my taste, just because I don't like it, doesn't mean that they're not going to sell well. Doesn't mean that lots of other people aren't going to enjoy them. That's the cool thing about opinions. We don't have to agree. In fact, there was a lot of love and hype for them in the comments when they first announced this PJ line in October, from people saying these are so cute, they love the designs, they can't wait to purchase them. And that is so great. You want people to be excited about what you're launching. You want to create that hype and that excitement. And the issues don't start presenting themselves until launch day, which is November 10th, 2024. Here's Cecily trying on all 4 different prints and showing the different features of the pajamas. And she posted this on launch day just a few hours before the website was unlocked and went live to customers.
Okay, first up is the one that I wore to bed last night. This is the Santa PJ set. This is what it looks like.
Wow, those pants are really long. They are really, really long. I would be an accident waiting to happen walking around in those pajama pants. And I can tell you that I would not be in the mood to take a pair of pajamas to a tailor to hem them. That's a lot. Okay.
As I'm wearing it, I have it tied. The drawstring is adjustable, and then also the waistband does like adjust as well. But what I love about all of our PJs is that they are relaxed. They feel so comfortable.
Yeah, they're
to wear
relaxed, all right.
and also so comfy to sleep in. The material is so soft.
And look at how long
And
the
this
sleeves
is
are
what the
too.
length looks like on me, being 5'4".
5'4".
And then also the length of the PJ shirt. I personally
my
love to
God.
tuck all of them in.
Wow, if she's 5'4" and I'm 5'2", I cannot even imagine. I would be swimming in those pajamas. You know, I avoid this problem by buying the pajamas that have the elastic around the ankles so that I don't have to worry about the length. Because I can tell you, even at Walmart, if I buy pajama bottoms and they have the loose, open hem at the bottom, sometimes they drag on the ground. Even a size small, they're very, very difficult to buy when you're a shorty. So
And that's just how I like to wear my pajamas.
so primitive.
And show like the white bow. It's really just super cute. And this is a size small, if I didn't say that already.
That totally
Let's
makes
pause
sense.
on this frame right here. Why is a size small absolutely swallowing somebody of a 5'4" frame?
Correct.
Look at those sleeves. Imagine
Yep.
trying to do anything at all with
Catnip.
sleeves that are hanging like 4 inches past your fingertips. I'm only 5'1", so the length of these pants is also highly concerning to me. With as short as I am, unfortunately, pant length, it's always an
I'm with
issue.
you,
It's
Star.
always something I have to consider when I'm buying new clothes. And just seeing her be 3 inches taller than me and her pants are still dragging on the ground like she's gonna slip on her heels, that's a huge red flag regarding the cut and the quality. Average women's height in the US is 5'3" to 5'4", so why is a size small PJ set on an average height woman this ill-fitting? There are clearly some issues with the sizing and the cut of these PJs. To me, this set looks like it should be labeled at least a medium, if not a large, which is confusing because later she claims that some of the prints are actually prone to shrinking, so you might want to consider sizing up.
The next is Opera Ski. I love this print. It feels so soft, so good. Here is
even
the fit
bigger.
of the length. I have it right below my belly button.
They're
but
way
like I
too
was saying, this drawstring is nice and long on all of the pajama sets, so you can cinch it in and wear it up a little bit higher, or you can wear it a little bit more relaxed if that's what you like. And then also this elastic is nice and stretchy. It is not
they're pajama bottoms, basically.
like thick. It's not going to cling to you or make you feel uncomfortable. And that's what I love about all of our sets.
Okay.
They are so comfortable to wear and they feel so good. I haven't shown like behind, but here's behind. You guys are going to be looking so good on Christmas morning. Like, incredible.
Look at how
it makes
long
me
the
giggle that she's
sleeves
pointing out the
are. My
waistband being like,
God.
it's so elastic and stretchy. And here's a drawstring that you can use to make them more tight if you want to. Like, yeah, you're just describing how elastic and drawstrings work. Those are pretty standard pajama features. It feels like she's using a bunch of filler words to describe.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to warn everyone that Hecate has been combing through my chats and combing through my comments, looking for the racisms and probably making a list of all the people who are supporting us because that's a totally normal thing to do. Hecate, lay off the coke, the crack, the Adderall, whatever other shit you're ingesting, and maybe find something else to do. I mean, this is like major creeper stalker stuff, and it's weird. Like, why are you stalking my community? That is really, really crazy. But, good luck. We're over here talking about pajamas. So, do your worst.
Describe the PJs in a fancy way to hopefully distract from the fact that they're just basic pajamas.
Next is tartan, you guys. This one was such a fun one to create.
Exactly,
because
Breeze.
Tartan?
Tartan.
As a person of Scottish descent and a member of Clan Donald, I am offended. I'm not actually offended, but come on, it's
Tartan,
pronounced
honestly.
tartan. And she pronounced the last design as après-ski when it's actually pronounced après-ski if you're French. It's nitpicky and petty of me to point out, I know, but come on, tartan, après, like you've been supposedly developing these PJs for the last year, and at some point you had to decide on a name for them. So how can you not pronounce the names right? It's an honest mistake, I'm sure, but it's coming across to the viewer like they didn't do much research. It lacks professionalism.
Because we have always wanted like a great plaid, like a good holiday plaid. This one is a little bit more prone to shrinking. So I have already washed this one a couple
Mhm.
times. I do recommend hanging this one to dry to keep its length. But if you, like me, for reference, I'm 5'4", and the length is still really great as being in a size small. Once again, drawstring right here. It's all the same, and it's absolutely amazing. I
Hey,
personally
Vicky.
love the way that this one photographs. It's really pretty.
It's
and
very
it's such a
bland. I don't
classic,
understand. What are
like,
they all excited about?
color, or classic print. This is something that will literally never go out of style, and we absolutely love the tartan. Okay, and then last is the
Tartan,
vintage
I'm
ornament
dead.
set. This one is so fun. It is also prone to shrinking, so just keep that in mind when you're ordering. You may want to size up with the tartan or the ornaments if you
Tartan,
are
it's
on the
killing me,
taller
you
side.
guys.
If you are on
It's
the shorter
killing
side, I
me.
think that you will be okay. Me being 5'4", I didn't notice a huge difference in the shrinkage of length, just a tad bit, and they still hit the floor and are great.
Look, I'm going to say this right now. When it comes to hang drying or when it comes to hand washing or whatever, I went through a phase in my 20s where well, I was working in downtown DC and there was a Victoria's Secret there and I would buy silk pajamas there. And they were super comfy and I really liked them, but they had to be hand washed. And in college, my best friend, the one who lived next door to me, was really, really good with woolite and like hand washing her Fair Isle sweaters. Cause Fair Isle sweaters, it was the 80s. It was that whole preppy thing going on. And, she had like that little rack where you hang your sweaters and whatever unmentionables you have to hand wash. And I admitted to her that my mother never taught me how to hand wash clothes with woolite. I admitted I am not a hand washer. I do not iron. I am a crappy ironer. My mother and my aunt were brilliant when it came to ironing everything. I can't do it. When it comes to pajamas, I'm sorry. I want to throw that crap in the washing machine. I want to throw it in the dryer. I don't want to hand wash. I don't want to hang anything for God's sake. I just want to put the pajamas on, take them off, wash them, dry them, and put them in the drawer. That is my weakness. Yes, I'm lazy. I was not properly mother taught in certain areas.
And feel wonderful. But tartan and ornaments do shrink a little bit, and that is described on the website. This drawstring is like a charcoal gray, and then it's also resembled in the buttons and the piping. And it's supposed to be tinsel on the Christmas tree, that vintage Christmas vibe. We really took into consideration all of the holiday feels and the memories that you'll be creating with your family. And we wanted to evoke that emotion that you get during the holidays. And
Okay, I have created plenty of memories um, in my Walmart pajamas. I admit it. I admit it. I don't. I'm not in the market for this unless they're reasonably priced. Let's find out what these schmates are going for.
and we're so excited.
Okay, interesting. So she made sure to point out that 2 of the 4 women's pajama sets, the tartan and the ornament prints, are prone to shrinking, so you should actually size up from your normal size. And on the website, they do have notes on these 2 product listings that say they are prone to shrinking due to the all-over print. With a bit of Googling, I learned that the all-over print means that the design is printed onto the full length of the fabric, which is then cut and sewn into the clothing pieces. Whereas placement print is when the clothing is sewn and then the designs are printed on afterwards. So their Santa set was likely placement printed, where the Santa head was just added onto the red PJs, but the ornament and the tartan sets are all over printed because the design covers the entire garment head to toe. That's all good and dandy, but the après ski set also looks to be all over printed, and there's no disclaimer about that shrinking on the website, and she didn't mention it here either. So I don't know what that means, other than it seems like there must be some level of inconsistency from the man.
Okay, I'm going to screech to a halt. No, it was not my money. I mean, I went to the little clerk's office and I handed the money over, and my name is on as the person who paid the bond. It was not my money. I just want to make that abundantly clear in case anybody has any questions. But no, it didn't come out of my bank account. Just FYI, because I know that people are very, very keenly interested in every detail of where my money goes. Right, Hikate? Right, Temu LawTube? You guys are super interested in that. Well, it wasn't my cash. It was not my dosh. Let's continue.
Manufacturing standpoint. All of the women's sets are made from the same material, and 3 out of the 4 have an all-over print, so why are only 2 out of the 4 prone to shrinking? I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen another brand offer 4 designs of supposedly the exact same pajama sets, and then saying they all fit differently because of the design that's printed on top of it. Something seems a little strange about that excuse, but what do I know? I know nothing about manufacturing clothing, so this is all just speculation. As a consumer, that seems like a weird explanation to me. Until this point, there have been a couple red flags about the quality, but no deal breakers, I would say. That is until they finally launched the PJ line and they unlocked the website so that customers could actually go and see the full range of pieces, the full range of materials, and the pricing. And then all hell broke loose.
Oh,
I just want to set the stage here for a family of 4. That's our sample size. Family of 4, you can get matching PJs from Old Navy for about $80. You can get them at Walmart for about $50. You can get them at Target for about $65. Now, if you really want to invest in quality fabrics with a bit cuter, more tasteful designs, for a family of 4, you could get your PJs from brands like Kite Baby for around $250 or from Little Sleepies for $210. $210 to $250, that really is like the upper limit of the price range that you're going to see on matching family Christmas pajamas, other than like designer brands or something. And it's a bit of a sticker shock. That is a splurge. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for pajamas. Very, very expensive, but you are getting what you pay for in terms of cut, quality, feel, and designs. And I can attest to that from a personal experience standpoint. One year we did get our PJs from Target, and another year we got them from Kite Baby, and it is worlds apart in terms of quality. These more expensive PJs like Kite Baby or Little Sleepies, they're made out of bamboo fabric. They are so silky soft. They're really breathable. They almost have like this cooling effect to them. You don't get over.
They're pajamas, for God's sake. You know, I've bought I have purchased bed linens from Brooklinen. It's a great company, but it's very expensive. I mean, if you can catch them on Black Friday or during sales, it's great. But I have to say that I really, really like the sheets that I bought at IKEA for a fraction of the price. So I don't think I'm going to be shopping at Brooklinen anymore. I mean, it's a great company again, but it's just too expensive for bed sheets. Same thing with this. I would never pay that kind of money for pajamas. You'd have to be out of your mind.
Overheated. But what I really want to make clear with these examples is that matching family pajamas do not have to be expensive. You can find them for really affordable prices at major retailers. We're talking like less than $100 for your family of 4. Maybe we're talking in like the $200 price range if you're going to get crazy and go with the fancy stuff, but you don't have to. You can get the same effect of matching as a family for a much lower price point. Now, I'm going to give you a second to just imagine to yourself what this influencer-owned brand For the Mems has the audacity to charge for their Christmas pajamas. Keeping in mind, they're probably not going to be as affordable as Walmart or Target because this is an independently owned brand, right? But just think, what would they possibly charge for a family of 4? And then brace yourself, because what I'm going to tell you is probably more than you're expecting. If you have a family of 4 and you would like to buy some For the Mems PJs, it is going to cost you a whopping $370. They are charging almost 50% more than even the highest price points we just talked about. Let me just break this down piece by piece. They want $98 for a women's PJ set. Almost $100. For men, they don't sell the tops and bottoms as a set. They sell t-shirts and joggers, and you have to buy them separately. They want $38 for a graphic t-shirt and $78 for plain solid color joggers. That is totaling $116 for the men's outfit. For your older kids, that's going to be $78 each for both the girls matching set and the boys tee and joggers. They're selling a kids fleece jumpsuit with a hood for $68, and this is what really gets me. This is actually sickening. They want $58 for the infant and toddler PJs. That is positively insulting to be charging parents $58 for their baby's pajamas that they're only going to be able to wear for the next month or so. That's the thing about Christmas family PJs. They're not reusable. The kids are not going to fit into them next year. This is a one and done deal. Let's put it this way. You could get PJs for your whole family from Walmart for cheaper than one set of the infant PJs from For the men's.
insane.
It actually enrages me and makes my blood boil how they think these prices are okay. Their mission
Nope.
statement is essentially to make holiday PJs accessible to every member of the family, except for most families can't afford this.
Of
It
course
just goes
not.
to show how completely out of touch with reality these influencers are, that they think these are appropriate prices to be charging the average family. And not just the average family, but their loyal followers. They are influencers. They are relying on their loyal followers to become the customers of this PJ line. Yet it's clear they did absolutely zero market research on what family PJs are going for on the market and what their target audience is. Because if they did that research, they would know that most families cannot afford this.
Or they just didn't care. I don't know if you guys have been following the drama with Patrick Ta. I don't know how many of you guys are into makeup news, but Patrick Ta is another one of these rip-off makeup artists who started a ridiculously expensive makeup line. It is so expensive that I have gone to Sephora, picked his items up, put them down, picked them up, put them down. I cannot, even during the Sephora sale, I cannot justify spending that kind of money on makeup. It is preposterous. So he came out with an eyeshadow palette that apparently was full of bacteria, mold, God only knows what else. Hey Capone, how you doing? And it was priced in I think around $78. He has come out with eyeshadow duos that cost $42 and people are up in arms. This is why I do not buy from Patrick Ta. I don't buy from Makeup by Mario. I don't buy from, I mean, Natasha Denona is different because she comes out with a palette and it's on sale like 2 months later. But these celebrity makeup artists or these makeup artists that come out with makeup lines, they're always overpriced. Same thing with Wayne Goss, all of them. And I love Wayne Goss, don't get me wrong, but I would not buy any more of his makeup ever. So these people have lost all sense of reality. They're crazy. And evidently the Patrick Ta backlash is so bad that he's going to have a problem, a big one. And to add insult to injury, the $42 duos, the quality isn't even that great. So these people, they just lose touch with reality. They forget who their customers are. Then they piss them off and then it's finished. So I don't know. I don't know why more people don't take this lesson away.
Most families struggle to afford groceries. $370 is an entire family's monthly grocery budget for some people. How dare you think you can charge these kinds of prices for clothing that you wear to bed or wear for a few hours on Christmas morning? Now you might be thinking, Hannah, if you can't afford it, just don't buy it. You're just not their target customer. Just because it's not in your price range doesn't mean that it's not in other people's price ranges. Don't blame the brand for their prices, blame your budget, essentially. Which, yes, I understand that perspective, but I don't think it applies to this situation because we know who their target audience is. These aren't luxury designer pajamas marketed towards celebrities or something. They're family pajamas marketed towards people who follow these two influencers on social media. Therefore, the primary customer base for these PJs are just normal, average, everyday, low to middle class families. Samantha does food and recipe content. Cecily does Christian Mama 4 lifestyle content.
Oh, for fuck's sake. See, I've never heard of these women. I don't know who they are. Oh, you know what, Raven? The Huda Grunge palette, I do have it. It is fantastic. All of Huda's products are fantastic. And I bought the Grunge palette during the last Sephora sale because it's easier to travel with than the Jeffree Star cremated palette. It is fantastic. The quality of her shadows is incredible. I love her. I love her stuff. She is terrific and she's consistently good. Like, I don't love every single thing that she's produced. I don't like her lipsticks that much. Her under eye concealer is great and her eyeshadow palettes are great. Absolutely fantastic. But nothing will ever replace the Lady Gaga foundation for me. It's fantastic. It's just the best. And if I'm in a pinch, I'll use the Maybelline. What is the Maybelline that I use? It's a matte foundation. It's very inexpensive. It's really good. And somebody pointed out under a video about the Patrick Ta eyeshadow duos, they were saying that now the problem is the drugstore makeup has gotten so good The quality is so good. Even Elf is amazing now, and the prices reflect it, that you don't even have to go for these high-end brands anymore because the quality of, Elf specifically is so excellent that there's no need to drop enormous amounts of cash, and they dupe everything, so might as well stick with the drugstore.
So the types of people that follow these influencers are likely people who shop at Walmart and Target and Old Navy, and they know what Christmas PJs go for.
Yes, thank you. Maybelline Fit Me, Nietzsche. Maybelline Fit Me. It's fantastic. It's a dupe for Estee Lauder Double Wear. I love it. I love it. I couldn't recommend it more highly. And they have formulas for matte, which is good for me because I'm oily. They also have a luminous formula. Excellent stuff. Really, really top notch.
For on the market. They probably have a rough idea in their head of what they could get their family for a certain price point. And so to get all hyped up for this new PJ line from their favorite influencers, only to be slapped in the face with a 300 to 400% markup is a complete insult. That would really change.
Oh, by the way, Negs, if you're still here, Hecate accused us of running a cult. We are really crappy cult gurus. We haven't made a dime off of our cult, which is embarrassing to admit. I'm thinking of changing the name of my memberships from the Attic VIPs to the Attic Cult. I'll figure out if I can do that, or maybe I need to create another membership tier. I'm not sure. I don't really want to create another tier, but I'm going to see if I can fiddle with the name of the memberships because I'm kind of digging it. So we will co-opt it the way we did the Attic, right? Make some money off of it. I don't know who this is. What are you doing calling me the day before Thanksgiving, whoever you are? Go away. All right, let's go.
Change my perspective of them as a follower of theirs. Like, oh, I see how it is. I'm just a cash grab for you. Awesome. And I saw these screenshots on Reddit where supposedly when followers were sharing their concerns about the pricing, Cecily was responding back to them saying that they offer shop pay and you can put your PJs on a payment plan if you want to. Talk about out of touch. Talk about a slap in the face. Oh, you're too poor to afford our astronomical pricing. Just finance it. She was really telling people to put their PJs on a payment plan, which is just salt in the wound at this point. Unsurprisingly, those comments got deleted pretty quickly. In fact, they turned off the comments on most of their For the Mems posts to mitigate the backlash. And they also went on a blocking spree of blocking anybody who said anything negative about them. Because the best way to deal with backlash is to silence people, right? They're digging their own grave at this point. Their post on Instagram announcing that the website was live had over 700 negative comments before they eventually turned the comments off. But we'll come back to the backlash they received and how they handled it in a bit. First, let's talk about the quality of these PJs, because price is one thing, quality is a whole other thing. Because I could maybe be okay with these prices if they were the highest quality, most unique, most incredible, handcrafted perfection PJs on planet Earth. But after poking around on their website, there are more than a couple concerning things that I found. I'm about to completely nitpick their PJs to death, and that is petty, and I know that, and I own that. However, I do think it's justified because if I'm going to be financing my Christmas pajamas, they better be nothing less than absolute perfection. And based on what I'm seeing on the website, these have a lot of flaws. The very first thing I noticed that I am shocked wasn't mentioned at all really in any of the comments that I read was that the purpose of the For the Mems PJ launch is to have matching PJs. Is it not? Except for the pajamas don't match, you guys. Look at this. As soon as I saw this picture, I noticed that the red color of the men's joggers is not the same shade as the women's sets. In the same way that the blue color of the men's joggers is not the same shade of blue as the women's set either.
Now that could be because of lighting. It's possible that it's because of lighting. My bigger problem, look at the men's pajamas. And they want to charge an arm and a leg for a t-shirt and joggers. You must be out of your mind. Absolutely not. Again, I'm not sponsored by Walmart or Target or any of those other big box stores. However, there is literally no point. Literally no point to this. And the men's stuff, I mean, I don't know who planned or who designed this crap, but I'm embarrassed actually. I'm kind of cringing at the men's pajamas. I don't likey. No, no, no.
In both cases, the men's joggers are brighter, more vibrant shades, where the women's PJs are a deeper, richer color. To be fair, this could be a photography issue, a lighting issue, an editing issue, but based on the photos on the website, I noticed right away that it looks like mom got her PJs from one store and dad got his PJs from another store. And he tried his very, very best to find solid color joggers that are going to match as closely as possible, and he got pretty close, but it's not exact. There's a similar issue with the ornament sets where the white color of the kids' jumpsuit is completely different than the white color of the women's and girls sets. Like a drastically different white. We're talking eggshell versus printer paper, completely mismatched. And then
You know what, Negs? I am so grateful that these conversations never come up in this house. I am so glad. And Anna, please don't get insulted. All right. This is not directed at you in any way. If you do this family pajama thing, I think that's adorable and bless you. And I'm sure all of you look adorable. And I hope that Lily is going to get her pajamas this year because that would be very cute. But I swear. Yeah, I'm glad that yeah, I just no. I This is not a conversation that has ever happened, Shay Corbin. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no. That's actually one of my favorite Anna quotes that she stole from Yo Mama. I'm upset. I love it. Oh, those were the days. All right, let's continue.
Then perhaps the biggest offense of all, everyone in the family gets a different tartan print. Here's the tartan print on the women's set, and then here's what it looks like on the kids' jumpsuit, and then the
Can't even
infant
tell.
jumpsuit. At first,
right.
I'm like, these are completely different prints. What is going on? But upon closer inspection, it does actually look like it's the same print, but because it's printed on different kinds of material, you lose the red and yellow stripes on the fleece PJs for the kids, and those pull a lot more blue and green. So they look
Okay.
like completely different prints when they're compared to one another and you're standing side by side, in which case you're fully defeating the purpose of having matching PJs. Mom gets a distinct tartan pattern, kids get this muddled green and blue tartan pattern, and dad gets no tartan at all. He gets mismatched green joggers and a Santa t-shirt. It's all
Oh no, poor dad. Poor dad. Dad doesn't get to do his dad doesn't get to go full Highland. Oh well. Poor dad in that crappy t-shirt. Nope.
all so disjointed. And when you consider that these PJs don't match to begin with, and they're printed on really low quality materials, there is no universe in which this price is justified. So let's
Never.
talk quickly about the materials. All of the women's sets are made out of 93% rayon and 7% spandex. The men's
made out of
tees are
rayon.
95% rayon and 5%
Hey,
spandex.
Zarfex.
The men's joggers are 74% nylon and 26% lycra. And both the kids and infants jumpsuits are 100% polyester fleece.
And they're
so
charging
many of
those
the
prices.
upset comments that I saw were about the pricing in relation to the materials
Exactly,
used. This isn't
yeah.
100% organic cotton. This is not bamboo. It's not silk. This is rayon. This is polyester.
The nerve.
Okay.
The
Extremely cheap to manufacture. And there's
Wow.
nothing wrong with those materials necessarily. A lot of our clothes are made out of them. I am almost positive this shirt is made out of some of those materials. But the quality of the garments is not matching up to the prices they're charging. That's the issue. How the hell are you charging almost $100 for a rayon pajama set?
nerve.
Almost $60 for polyester baby sleepers. It just doesn't make logical sense. They've lost their damn minds. Which then brings me to some things about this launch that I noticed that were pretty unprofessional, which makes these price points seem even more unjustified. And the biggest one was the photo quality of the listings on the website. I
Yeah, I
actually could
noticed
not
that
believe
too.
this when I saw it. It looked like a mistake. They appear to have gotten a few photos of their family members modeling the pajamas. Those photos look nice. But then they also included a bunch of flat lay photos of the clothes on the ground. I actually gasped when I saw these men's t-shirts. It quite literally looks like someone dug these out of the dirty clothes hamper and just tossed them onto the ground, and however they landed was how the photo was taken. Could you have not
Wow.
ironed these first? Maybe a steamer could have helped you out a little bit. Could you not have taken half a second to lay them flat? And it's all
God, imagine charging those prices for these pajamas and you photograph them and put these pictures up on a website to sell them for those extortionate prices. These two women have a lot of nerve. I keep on using the word chutzpah because it doesn't make sense. It is crazy. These women have lost their damn minds.
Also alarming that in these photos, you can tell how thin and see-through the t-shirts are because you can see the printed design on the back of the t-shirt from the front of the t-shirt. And this Santa shirt, a freaking crime. Honestly, who do they think they are asking $38 for a t-shirt when this is the best effort they could put into the product photos? I've seen people take better photos of secondhand
Wow.
clothing they're listing on eBay or Poshmark, okay?
Yep.
This is so sloppy. I even found one photo of the women's Santa set where there appears to be a stain on it. It was photographed with a stain. Classy.
Amazing.
And don't even get me started on the jumpsuits. Whose idea was it to do this little one arm folded action? And why isn't the same arm folded in all of the pictures at least? The girls' sets are also haphazardly laid on the ground,
Look at
all
that. Look at
wrinkly,
the
and
one
the
on the
photos aren't
right.
consistent here either. And then once I got to the boys' sets, I was like, wait a minute. Why does the boys' Santa shirt look so bright and crisp and unwrinkled and actually acceptable compared to the others? And when I clicked on that listing, I noticed that this particular boys' tee does not have a For the Mems tag on it. It has a Comfort Colors tag. With a quick Google search, I found that Custom Ink sells these Comfort Colors brand t-shirts and you can add your own design on them for $17 each. And then I noticed that on the For the Mems website listing, it says the t-shirt is 100% cotton. Due to a manufacturing error, this t-shirt will have a different material than the rest of the collection. I don't know this to be true. I have zero evidence of this, but some have speculated about what this manufacturing error could be. And what I've seen some people talking about is that the back of the men's shirt in the Santa collection says out here looking like a snack. So the theory is that maybe initially that same saying.
I am trying to imagine. I know it's all about me, isn't it? Well, yeah, it is our channel, so we can make it about us if we like. I cannot even imagine walking into the house with a t-shirt with Santa on it saying, out here looking like a snack and handing it to Negs and actually thinking, I mean, maybe as a troll, maybe as a gag, you know, but like seriously giving it to him and saying, "Oh, by the way, this t-shirt costs like 60 bucks." He would have me committed. I mean, this is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You must be joking.
Was printed on the boys' t-shirts as well. But on second thought, maybe they realized, ooh, that's.
Thank you, my darling Negs. I appreciate you so much for the 10 memberships. Guys, whoever got the membership, enjoy them. It is Thanksgiving. We're going into the giving season. So we're giving back to the audience. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. Love you. Love you bunches. Loves ya.
That's not entirely appropriate to be printing on a young boy's t-shirt. So maybe they scrapped the initial batch of those t-shirts and then they rush ordered the Comfort Colors ones from someplace like Custom Ink to round out the collection before launch day. And even seeing these two shirts next to each other, they're clearly different colors. The print came out different colors and it's different material. So again, completely defeating the purpose of offering matching family Christmas pajamas. To me, it honestly feels like all of these pajamas were just plucked from different suppliers and manufacturers and piecemealed together. Some of the PJs are rayon, some of them are lycra, some of them are polyester fleece, now some of them are cotton. Some of the women's designs are prone to shrinking and others are not. This blue doesn't match that blue. This tartan print is different than that tartan print. It's so messy, which could be excusable for a brand new company getting off the ground if they weren't charging what they're charging.
Right.
Some other indicators of unprofessionalism are the titles and descriptions on their website listings. One example is the description on the men's ornament t-shirt. The women get this all over ornament print, but the men just get a t-shirt with a couple ornaments on the front and then a Christmas tree on the back. And the description says, here's something we can all agree on. No guy should ever be forced to wear a PJ set with ornaments all over it. Really? Since when are ornaments gendered? I wasn't aware that red and green ornaments are only for women. This description strikes me as very immature and childish. Like what? Men can't like ornaments? Grow up. Why would you put that on your website? It's very unprofessional. Another questionable website listing thing is that when they launched the website, they initially called the infant PJs onesies and then they later changed it to jumpsuits. That's because the word onesies is trademarked by Gerber and someone probably had to point that out to them so that they don't.
I had no idea that onesie was trademarked by Gerber. See, you learn something new every day. Amazing. Okay, well, I learned something
don't
today.
get sued. It's like how colloquially we call tissues Kleenex or bandages Band-Aids or food storage containers Tupperware. But when you're selling a product, you can't list it under somebody else's trademarked name. That's why you see brands calling infant PJs jumpsuits or rompers or sleepers or bodysuits.
Okay, so I mean, I guess that we've reached the point where we have to ask ourselves, did they do any research whatsoever before launching these pajamas? Did they do any brand research? Did they do any marketing research? Did they do any research of any kind? Or did they just like manufacture these pajamas and decide we're going to slap whatever price we want to on them? We're going to photograph them sloppily. We are going to generate 700 negative comments during the launch. What is going on here? This is so insane to me. This is crazy. I mean, I've seen people launch products. I mean, we all remember Jaclyn Hill and that mess. I mean, we've seen people launch products where there wasn't enough to go around, like the Kylie Jenner lip kits. We've seen problems, but that was because people did not expect the demand to be what it was, or there wasn't proper supervision in the factory or something. But there are too many mistakes here, too many errors, too many fuck ups for this to just be like, oh, well, we had no idea. No, I mean, selling pajamas for that price from a totally different brand, it's crazy.
And pretty quickly after the website went live, they changed it from onesie to
molasses.
jumpsuit.
How you
Again,
doing?
pretty unprofessional,
Long
kind of
time no
signals that
see.
someone had to point out to them, hey, you might want to change that. Did you not do your research beforehand? What's also unprofessional is not including any size charts anywhere on the website. The only sizing guidance given anywhere on the website is in a couple of the women's listing descriptions where it says, if in between sizes, size down or true to size. Length runs on the longer side, but not too long. What does that even mean? The pants are long, but they're not too long. So just order your normal size, or I don't know, maybe size down if you feel like it. It's honestly so embarrassing. People are just relying on a hope and a dream that these $100 PJs are actually going to fit them. And you better get lucky because the return policy is a joke. It says that they do not offer exchanges.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I saw Neg say hi, Pirate. I didn't realize that was you, Pirate. I didn't know you were in chat because when people get the memberships, I don't see them in StreamYard. Welcome to you. It is so good to see you. I didn't know you watched me. So it's good to have you here. And don't be a stranger. Thank you so much.
But you can return it for store credit. Returns will be processed for store credit as an e-gift card. The actual shipping cost will be deducted from the return credit. For the MEMS may also charge a 10% restocking fee based on the original purchase amount if the return rate exceeds 75%. I had to reread this a dozen times to try and figure out what they were saying, which is problematic. Your return policy should be pretty clear to consumers, but what I think this means is that you can return your For the MEMS PJs, you cannot get an exchange, but you can get store credit, but you have to pay the shipping cost to send it back to them. And then as far as the return rate, I think this means if you're returning 75% or more of what you purchased from them, so like let's say you bought
Like
4 sets of PJs and you're
$98
returning 3 of them, then they may also charge you a 10% restocking fee. That's my interpretation of their return policy, and that's not a good sign. We should not be having to interpret return policies. You should be explicitly clear about what customers are getting and how they can return their items.
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
at this point, with all these caveats and loopholes, it's like, what's even the point? I read this and I take that to mean, okay, no returns. They're making it too complicated. They're going to nickel and dime you. You have to pay the shipping back. You're not going to get your full amount back. And when you do, it's only going to be store credit. So like, what is the
what a
point?
mess.
Pretty bold of them to offer a crap return policy when you're not even including size charts on your website. How is a
Wow.
customer supposed to know what size to order if you don't give them any guidance and then don't let them return anything? I don't know about you, but personally, I do not purchase from companies or brands or websites that don't have a solid return policy. I don't
Never.
trust them enough. I don't trust myself enough to buy the right size.
You know, Karsten always teases me. I know Tartan, right, Augustina? Karsten always teases me because I am such a stickler for free shipping. It's almost a joke. Like, if I order something from Jeffree Star because I want to send him something that he can't get in Austria, um, he laughs at me because if he wants, let's say, a skincare product and it doesn't, and there's no free shipping because you haven't reached that level, I sometimes buy more items so that I can get free shipping, which is ridiculous because it just means you spend more money instead of spending whatever $5.99 or $10 or whatever for the shipping. It's stupid. It's like a weird glitch that I have because I'm so used to Amazon. Um, but if somebody had a crappy return policy, absolutely not. No way in hell would I accept store credit if I was returning something that expensive that didn't fit properly. Absolutely not.
Notorious for buying something in multiple sizes, knowing that I'll return the one that doesn't fit. That's a level of comfort and confidence that I rely on as a customer, and I will not support your business if you don't offer that to me. I feel like maybe the way that came out sounded a little bit entitled, but I feel like that should just be the standard for clothing companies, especially if the clothing you are offering as a brand has inconsistent sizing print to print. So the website goes live, people get a chance to explore it, and they're pretty shocked and they're pretty pissed. People are automatically feeling like this brand was thrown together without much care or consideration at all, which goes completely against their mission statement. The PJs are incredibly marked up, and these two influencers are just trying to cash out on as big of a profit as they can possibly squeeze out of their followers. Maybe hoping that people will just overlook the quality and the pricing because they really want to support their favorite influencers, taking advantage of the parasocial relationship in a way. Because let's be honest, the only people who are going to buy these PJs are their followers, right? No random person in their right mind coming across this brand on Google is going to look at the quality and the pricing and be like, yeah, I'm sold. No random everyday person is going to willingly pay these prices. So they are relying heavily on this parasocial relationship they've built with their followers.
Well, you know what's really funny about that is that I was watching a live stream today and the panel was talking about the Jaguar ad versus the Volvo ad. And Raven had told me to watch the Volvo ad, which I did. It was a beautiful ad. I don't know if you've seen it. And they were emphasizing how Jaguar is alienating their base, their customer base, and marketing to younger millennials and older Gen Z, people, young people with money and no family, no kids, no worries, no nothing. And Volvo, instead of completely ditching their entire core buying base the way that Bud Light did, what they're doing is they are leaning into their base. Because when you think of a Volvo, what do you think of? You think of a family vehicle. You think of safety. You think of a car that's going to be around for a while. You think of family and safety. Those are the two main things you think of immediately when you think of Volvo. And the new Volvo ad is so beautiful. It is so beautifully done. It is so beautifully made. The storyline is gorgeous. The filming is stunning. It is perfect. It is the perfect ad because they decided that they were going to cater to their audience. Quality. Exactly, Janine. And so instead of telling their entire core buying base to go fuck itself, Volvo leaned into their customer base and did kind of fan servicing. And like I said, the ad is absolutely beautiful. And whoever filmed it, whoever storyboarded it, whoever cast it, and whoever filmed it did an amazing job. It's beautiful. So what a contrast. But this is exactly the point here. Who were these women trying to sell these ridiculously overpriced pajamas to? Come on now. All right, let's go.
To help convert into sales and into profits. And unfortunately for them, it has failed miserably. I found the screenshot on Reddit where somebody added 3 items to their cart right when the website launched, and they were able to find the upper limit of the quantity in stock by manipulating the quantity levels in their cart. So they just kept adding it to their cart until it gave them a notice that like there weren't any more in stock and the maximum you could buy was this number. And at the time of launch, they had 15 units in stock for this size of the boys' après ski set. They had 38 units in stock for the onesie onesie back when they still had it listed as a onesie. And then they had 65 units in stock for the extra small women's set. And a few hours after the launch, the same person checked again by adding these to their cart. And now they noticed the onesie is called a jumpsuit and that none of them have sold. None of the boys' sets have sold and only 5 of the women's sets have sold. The caveat to this example is obviously it's a very limited sample group they have here. It's just a few sizes of one of the prints. And we have no way of knowing if other sizes of other prints were selling better or not. But the point is, usually when an influencer creates a new product and they hype it up to their followers for weeks and they create all this content about it, they set countdowns, set your alarms, it's launching at this time. They're obviously hoping that their following is going to rush to get their hands on it and create the sense of FOMO. Like, I better get there quick enough because look at all these comments and all this hype. People are so excited about it. I hope I get it before it sells out. Well, the exact opposite happened for For the Mems. Here's some of the comments I saw on their announcement post that the website is live, and thankfully I got these screenshots before they turned the comments off. This person says, I left a respectful comment on your TikTok about them being too expensive for most of us, and within 5 minutes you blocked me. I followed and supported you for years. Incredibly disappointed, but now I know your true colors. So now not only are their loyal followers not purchasing the pajamas, you're actively turning them against you by blocking them and silencing them. So grateful you hyped all of us up to not even be able to afford these. How do you expect the people who follow you to spend more than $100 on family pajamas, especially with the material chosen? You're so out of touch with reality. I'm sorry, I love you both, but $98 for one set of pajamas is extreme. I wish these were more affordable. The holidays already take a toll on people's funds. So cute, but so out of touch with the real average family. $300 for a family of 4 for PJs. I'm so sad. I love y'all, but that's insane. Girl, we can barely afford groceries for our kids. What makes you think we can drop $100 on pajamas? If I have $100 just laying around, I'm using that to put food on the table. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Your audience, based on your followers, are younger people. Younger people are being hit the hardest with the current economy. The price range is not in line with your audience. These comments here are proving that. Marketing being aligned with your audience is so important and is what makes a business successful.
I can't even imagine the unbelievable nerve of launching this type of a product at this price point in this economy. It's absolutely mind-boggling to me. I mean, listen, all of us have settings or functions in YouTube Studio where we know who our audience consists of. We know, like, I know that my audience is mostly female, mostly based in the United States. And the audience is in like the lower Gen X, or it's like an older millennial Gen X audience. All right. So I know that, younger people do not watch my channel. And I'm not insulted by that. I understand. I get it. I don't appeal to the Zoomers, and that's fine. I'm not trying to. It works for me. But if I knew that I had a young audience, I mean, what you can do is you can do what Rice Gum and Gabby Hanna and those people from Vine did, and you can just rip them off blind. And they'll stay loyal until they're not anymore. But why would you do that? Why would you pull that kind of a stunt on your audience? That is just gross. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's continue.
We all make mistakes and starting a business isn't easy. Please don't get mad at people for sharing their opinion. This is feedback for you to make changes and come back better. And this person says, I fear we may need an apology video ASAP for this. Well, ask and you shall receive. We're about to get there.
I apologize on behalf of the United States of America. Tartan, it sounds like Tatan, doesn't it? And Tatan is very tasty, but it's not the same as tartan. Can we please stop with this?
There. As I've mentioned, they've turned off comments on most of their Instagram and TikTok videos. And about 24 hours after they launched the For the Mems website, Cecily and Samantha posted this long-awaited apology video, one that people were hoping would come.
Hey guys. Hello. You guys know that we started For the Mems, and it was inspired by our family's desire to always come together to create special memories, to coordinate, to match, and that all originated with Christmas morning.
And so that's when For the Mems was born, something that would be high quality that we could love, but also that you guys could love too.
Obviously, neither one of us has ever had any experience in the clothing industry.
That's
Yeah,
When it
we
clear.
can
comes
tell.
to
We can tell.
building a clothing line from the ground up, that specifically, I mean, I worked in retail, but when it comes to building a clothing line from the ground up, it is completely different.
We didn't have any experience in designing, producing, selling,
I am
especially when it
definitely
comes from
not
something
picky.
from the ground up. And we are so thankful for everyone who has given us guidance on this, everyone who has supported us on this. It has been incredible.
But in all honesty, yesterday was another learning opportunity for us.
Absolutely.
I understand that it's your first time creating a clothing line, and that's got to be daunting. And I'm sure there's a massive learning curve that comes along with that. But the truth is, buyers don't care. That's not their
No.
problem.
No, it
Buyers expect that you do your due diligence, you do your research, that you put out a quality product that you.
That is exactly why one of the rumors that was running around when Negs opened the store or making its way around the community was that Negs and I had butted heads because he wanted to stock the store with, horror stuff and knickknacks and whatever, and that I was pushing him, excuse me, to do a more high-end store. I don't know where that rumor got started. That is a complete and total lie. I had absolutely nothing to do with what is in the store, what is stocking the store. I don't live, I mean, I live here, but I'm not really part of the community. He's lived here all his life. He knows what the market is like. He knows what people enjoy. And what we've discovered that people really love is horror stuff. They love horror, anything, t-shirts, keychains, tumblers, action figures. The horror stuff sells really, really well. And a lot of people poked fun at him for selling DVDs in the store. The DVDs all sold out. People buy DVDs here. Now, maybe if you're sitting in whatever city you're sitting in, sipping your peppermint latte, you think, oh my God, that is so stupid. Who would buy DVDs? People in Connersville buy DVDs. I mean, one guy came in one day. I wasn't there. Negs was there. And the guy bought 1,000 DVDs at once. So, I mean, it's been, an experiment. It's been, some decisions have been not so great, not so profitable. Others have been wildly profitable. But why would I tell him how to stock the store when I don't know the community as well as he does? It's ridiculous. But in this case, these women made every possible mistake you could possibly make, from the fabric to the design to the presentation to the price point. It's incredible.
Who don't do a rush job and that they get what they pay for. You should have ironed out the details literally before launching your clothing line. We shouldn't be charging people for anything less than perfection, and it's not the buyer's fault that you don't know what you're doing. Figure it out before you launch it to customers. Push this off until 2025 if that's what it takes. Launching something prematurely and as sloppily as this just signals to your followers that this is a cash grab before the holidays. It's a really, really bad look.
Samantha and I cannot state enough about how proud we are of the quality of the pajamas that we are selling with For the Men's.
And we are so confident in the fact that everyone who has purchased one will absolutely love the quality of the product that they receive.
I really doubt that. It's funny because I was going to make a joke about how they're not wearing gray hoodies. But you would think that they would be wearing their own products in the apology video. What a colossal mistake not to use the apology video as a way to market these crappy pajamas. Yeah, it was a huge misstep, no question about it.
Yeah.
We are really grateful for the feedback that we have received about the price of the PJ sets. And in wanting to maintain that desire and that heart for why we started For the Mems in the first place, to bring something that we love and cherish so much to you guys, we wanted to make it more accessible, and we've decided to lower the prices on the pajama sets across the board.
Have you really?
We saw your guys' comments about being so excited for this drop, and we are so grateful for you being a part of the excitement with us. But then your disappointment of not being able to have it within reach And that's why we wanted to reduce those prices.
We want to do this to make this more within reach for you, our community, because our community is what matters most to us.
Yeah. Something that Samantha and I value so much is authenticity when it comes to both of our social channels.
We very much value transparency and honesty with you. And in that spirit, we just want to let you guys know that we have lowered the prices to a point where even if we sell out every single item on the website, we will make zero profit on our investment into this.
If you're wondering if you've already purchased, we've already had you guys in mind. We will be refunding your portion to the new price that is reflected on the website.
Yes. Aware of the risk that we are taking in doing this. And we are also aware that some people may even take more time out of their day to try to shame us for not doing this in the first place.
This is something that we admit to and are completely okay with correcting.
Learning and growing.
Yes.
The new prices will be reflected on the website at the time of this video going up. See your concerns and your comments, and we heard you, and we are doing what we can to make it feel right.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for letting us be honest with you. We love you and are so, so grateful for you.
Yeah.
Girls, you done fucked up, all right? You got caught red-handed, screwing up in every possible way with this product launch. You know, and this faux humility, I'm sorry. I'm just not buying what you're selling, literally, in any way.
I'm so thankful to just be able to come on and candidly share our hearts.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, well, good for them for like listening to the feedback, lowering the prices. I was actually shocked that they did lower the prices. I did not expect them to do that. I thought it would be more likely that they would just put them on some massive discount for Black Friday or something. So when I first watched through this and they said that they were lowering the prices, I was like, dang, that's really respectable. I am proud of you for doing that. And we're going to take a look at those new prices here in a minute. But I think that them adding in that little detail about how they're not going to make any profit on this, even if they sell out every single piece on the website, that's tacky. Your followers already feel like they're being taken advantage of and like you're screwing them over. And so for you to flip it and try to gain sympathy for making them feel screwed over, it's not a good look. What are you doing? It was unnecessary to add in that detail about how they're not going to make any profit now. And I don't believe them, actually. And here's why. They barely lowered the prices, you guys. The women's sets came down to $75 when they used to be $98. Men's t-shirts didn't get discounted at all. They're still $38. The men's joggers were $78 and now they're $59. The girls and boys sets are $58 now when they used to be $78. The kids jumpsuit is now $58 instead of $68, and the infant jumpsuit is now $38 instead of $58. For some perspective, these prices are now on par with those brands that we talked about earlier, Kite Baby and Little Sleepies, who offer the higher quality bamboo pajamas. So yes, they did lower the prices. That's good, but they did not lower them to a level that is appropriate for the quality that they're selling. They're still selling these at a premium brand price point and still giving you Walmart quality. When they said they were discounting everything on the website, I expected it to be way more significant than this. Earlier, I gave the example of a family of four getting their PJs from For the Mems for $370. With these new prices, with those same 4 pieces, it would be $288. That's still more expensive than Kite Baby. And once I saw these prices, then I was even more irritated that they chose to point out how they're not going to make any profit on this, because how is that even possible? The material is cheap. It looks like you spent one day in a studio with a photographer because the qualities are rushed and sloppy. You didn't hire models because you just use your family members. Like, where is all of this startup cost coming from? Like, if you're charging $75 for women's pajamas and you're making zero profit at all, it sounds like you got scammed somewhere within the production process, because I guarantee you these did not cost $75 to make. So again, it's not the buyer's fault that you made mistakes in the development of this clothing line, and maybe you made some poor investments, and maybe you made some errors and you had to reprint some things. The buyer should not be responsible for incurring that cost that you can still get paid a profit after all of your mess ups. I think it's pretty shocking that they expected to turn an immediate profit too. That's not how most business works. You've got to invest. You've got to get some skin in the game. You have to build yourself a reputation. You've got to offer a great product at a great price point. You have to build that trust and that brand loyalty so that people get their hands on your PJs. They love them. You create repeat customers that in turn then create a profit for you in the future. They've made it seem like they're not just going to be sticking to Christmas PJs and that they're going to be having multiple drops throughout the year for different family PJ sets or something. But how do you expect to create repeat customers and turn a profit if you've burned all your bridges at the first drop? And as people are receiving their orders and posting their reviews on TikTok, that's not helping their case either. Here's one review that I saw.
If you're looking for an unbiased review of the For the Mems PJs, you came to the right place. I feel like I don't even have to say this, but obviously I bought these with my own money. It's a review of the PJs, not the people who made them. I actually don't follow them and I don't really know that much about them. So this is a PJ review, not an influencer making PJs review. I ordered them on Monday on the launch day and they arrived today instead of Tuesday, which is earlier than I expected. Based on how rushed their website looked, I was expecting this to come in just a plain gray poly mailer. So the custom packaging is a good sign. Now I ordered an extra large. I'm a size 14. There was no size chart on the website and there is not really a return policy. So hopefully these fit. I have no problem buying things that are kind of expensive as long as the quality is there and the experience is there. So to me, experience, custom packaging. They do have custom packaging, which is nice. Now, this does not automatically mean bad review. The custom packaging is nice. There's no invoice, no packing slip, no thank you note. And if you're buying something that costs maybe a little bit more than it should, I do expect there to be some sort of invoice or packing slip or thank you note.
Oh my God. Do you guys remember back when dinosaurs roamed the earth? when ColourPop launched, and you would get a handwritten thank you note with every order. Obviously, this was before they blew up. It was before ColourPop or Seed Beauty collabed with Kylie, and I guess that they didn't have the staff to be able to thank people personally. But I thought that that was a very nice touch, and I noticed when they stopped doing it, when they started really gearing up and selling a lot more items. So, yeah, I don't understand that. The experience of pajamas, I just want them to be comfy and I want them to not be itchy. That's all I want. And I don't want to trip over them if I get up in the middle of the night to go to the kitchen or the bathroom. That's pretty much it.
See these pants. Okay, the material does feel like it would be comfortable, but it is actually very sheer.
That's a problem.
And I ordered an extra large and they sent me the wrong size. They sent me an XXL.
You're kidding.
Wonderful.
First part of the review is bad because they sent me the wrong size. I checked this bag to see if the right size was on here and it's not. It says 3X on here and the pants are 2X. Let's see if we have the same problem with the shirt. This does say extra large. It is in fact an extra large. This does look like it would fit me. Same thing. It does feel nice, but it is quite sheer. And to be clear, you do not order these as separate. You order them together. So I ordered an extra large. I got 2X in the pants and an extra large in the top.
So the sloppiness continues. You're selling these as a set, but you're shipping off 2 different sizes. That's messy. And then you make it really difficult to do returns and you don't offer exchanges. Fantastic.
But let's try them on. Only sizing info that I could find on these were that the pants ran long, but not too long. I'm 5'7", so I'm kind of tall. These run pretty
Look
long.
at how long they are.
My foot is
Oh
completely covered. I mean, granted, these are one size up that I normally wear, but I'm not against a 2X. Description was accurate saying the pants run long, but it was not accurate when it said not too long. PJs themselves feel decent. They are quite comfortable, but I cannot get over the fact that I paid $75 for pajamas, sent the wrong size. There was no size chart. They're way too long for me. And I'm 5'7" and actually prefer a long length. This is like extra, extra long. PJs are cute, but I literally just got them in, so I haven't washed them. I do plan to wash these and I will update once that happens. We're supposed to lay these flat to dry. That's not really who I am as a person, especially when it comes to pajamas. These are the PJs. They are quite cute. They are comfortable, but I cannot get past the fact that I got the wrong size in the pants when you order it completely as a set. And the fact that there's no size chart on the website and the description does not say how long these pants are, because if someone was 5 feet tall and ordered these, they would be in big trouble because they are 7 inches shorter than me. I know a lot of people were waiting for this review and I hope I didn't let you down, but the verdict is that I would not spend $75 on these. And I'm not against investing money in quality pieces. Website, the wrong size, and the extremely long length of these would have me saying that no, I would not spend $75 on another pair of these. Thank you for watching.
So I know a lot of people were wondering this, and this does not matter to me, but they are made in China. It did not say on the website, so I did want to include it here.
She voiced exactly my concerns about the length. I am that 5-foot person that she's talking about where these are going to be like 7 inches too long on them. She's 5'7" and they're still dragging on the ground significantly. She's above average height and she's still going to trip over these. She also posted this update later on.
Update for the pajama review.
I just wanted to address this. So the other thing that these people do is they go into the boutique, they make a big fuss about buying a bag, and they have the luxurious experience of buying at LV. And then what they do when the cameras are off and they've uploaded the video, they return this stuff. So it's all smoke and mirrors, you guys. It's all smoke and mirrors. Don't believe what you see with these people.
And first of all, I want to thank everyone for leaving me such nice comments about my review. I do really try to be fair. There are things I like about these PJs, and then there were things that I didn't like about the experience of ordering them. So a lot of comments were saying that the pants and top look like different colors. I actually don't believe that they are. When I held them up close, they did look the same. But I think what you might be seeing is like the fabric is kind of sheer. So anywhere where there's a double layer, it does look a little bit different than when there's only one single layer. And the other thing I wanted to address is something that a commenter actually pointed out to me, and I did not notice this, although I do remember reading it on the website. Cecily is modeling PJs here that have white buttons, and the description does say it has pearl buttons on it. So although I think the blue is fine, I don't think there's anything wrong with having blue here. Sometimes when you're spending a little bit more on an item, you do fall in love with the details and it makes it fun or exciting to buy. So Cecily's PJs obviously have different buttons than the
Yes, Rio, please do not fall for the old okie doke. They are ridiculously overpriced. They're made in China. The material is cheap. And basically these influencers ripped off their customer base. It's really, really bad.
The ones that are being sent out, there is a pair on the website in the flat lay that does have blue buttons on it, but the description says pearl buttons. And the other comments I was getting a lot were people asking about the care tag. And there is a care tag in here. I did mention in my last video that they were made in China. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but people were wondering, and I'm objectively just saying they're made in China. 3% rayon, 7% spandex. The machine instructions are hand wash or machine wash on delicate, low spin cycle with similar colors. Stay flat to dry. Do not bleach, do not iron. I said these are quite cute and quite comfortable. If you are looking for the white pearl buttons, I do not know if you're going to receive them.
So now we have even more issues with the consistency, which again is a huge issue if you're selling matching family pajamas. What if mom gets blue buttons and grandma gets pearl buttons? You're not matching anymore at that point. And that little detail is kind of hinting to us or giving us an inside look that maybe there were more errors on the production side of things than they're letting on. And that's fine. I'm sure there's going to be hiccups along the way, but at the very least, let the website represent what people are going to be receiving. Now, here's another creator with over 1 million followers on TikTok who wanted to buy the pajamas and wanted to do a review, but she didn't get that far. And here's what I mean.
I'm late to this whole pajama drama fiasco. Okay, by the time I got here, the price had already been lowered to $75. They were $98. Okay, why did I buy a pair? Because I need to know. I need to know if these pajamas are worth this much money. Now, why does this interest me so much? Because I myself have been talking to a few manufacturers to manufacture my own pajamas. And initially, I wanted to do bamboo pajamas, but if I wanted to do bamboo, it would be so expensive, It would be considered like a luxury item. And I was like, I don't know if I want to sell pajamas that are that expensive. So they gave me a cheaper alternative. So I was so curious as to what fabric and material these pajamas are made out of. And lo and behold, to me, they are made out of the cheaper fabric, which is rayon. So rayon is pretty much a fabric that you can put a print on. Like, let's say the white pajama, right? You can put a print on the top of it to make it have any pattern that you want. And this is the cheaper alternative to like a bamboo fabric. And then also 7% spandex. This spandex was dyed to match. The material may feel a bit remains. See what I mean? Like, at this point, I'm invested. As somebody who's like thinking about making their own pajamas one day, I'm like, I've got to know, because whenever I did the math on how much I would have to sell them for, was nowhere near $98, and I would still be making profit on the same material with a print. I don't know. Okay, so she's doing this for her own form of market research. I'm thinking about making pajamas. I was considering this material. Let me purchase it. Let me get my hands on it. Let me see what that feels like. Let me see if that is actually worth the price they're charging for it. Because even she said that she was thinking about doing bamboo. And even if she sold bamboo pajamas for $98 a set, she would still be making a profit. So the fact that they're selling these pajamas for $75 for the rayon material and claiming not to make a profit, something is fishy. The very next day, this creator posts this update. For the men's beef, for real. Y'all were going to get a review, but I posted my little video. You remember how last night we ordered this pajama set together and we went over the fabrics, the materials, and I said I ordered it because I wanted to see if I thought that these were worth the $98 that they were originally priced at. So I've been busy as all day. I get home, I get in bed, I'm checking my emails. I see order number 1477 has been canceled because of unforeseen circumstances and your payment has been refunded. So I'm late to the pajama drama. Like I said, I ordered these when they got dropped down to $75 and they're not making profit, right? Also paid $7 in shipping. It was like $82. Okay. So I'm like, maybe they ran out of stock. Maybe they're no longer selling the pajamas. That's why I got refunded. So I go to their website. Crazy. The size that I ordered in the set that I ordered is available on the website. Babe, y'all must not know me. I will order this again under a fake name to a different address. You will never know that it's me. I can do it in a different state. I will get my hands on these pajamas. Why did you cancel my order?
Oh my God.
Paying customer can't order a product and review it? Question mark. Y'all got me up. Why was my order canceled whenever y'all got them in stock on the website, babe? Baby, y'all won't see my order coming. Y'all will not see my order coming. But just know I'm making my hands on these pajamas. Yes, ma'am, I will. What, you didn't want somebody else with a platform to review this?
Uh-oh.
That's crazy.
Canceling somebody's order because they have a big platform on TikTok and you are scared of what they're going to say about your pajamas. Why? What do you have to hide? Any person out there is entitled to spend their money on your product and then share their honest opinion about it with the public. You can't be scrubbing social media trying to do damage control, canceling people's orders because you're threatened by what they might say about them. But it only gets crazier from here. Look at this.
So you guys know the pajama drama. I ordered a pair of the $98 pajamas, said I wanted to give an honest review on them since there's all of this craze about them. Pointed out the fabric of the pajamas is rayon. My experience working with manufacturers, saying that it's a cheaper alternative to bamboo, So I place my own order, spend my own money. They cancel my order. Okay. I just wanted to give an honest review. I never said anything bad about the pajamas, never said that they looked bad. I ordered the set that I thought was the cutest. This is Samantha's response to everybody being pissed off that they canceled my order. We canceled one because we were informed the order was placed with intent to post a negative review regardless of the quality of the product.
Oh my God, they actually admitted
I said I was going to give an honest review. I'm so confused. It's defamation and malicious intent, because I was reading off of your website what you said, the fabric, that's defamation. Babes, Google is free.
Lady.
Do you know what defamation is? Anyways, I'm just in shock. Like, like, I didn't say anything bad about these pajamas other than that I thought that they were overpriced and I wanted to give a review and state my opinion.
A little bit
And
upset.
even if I hated them and I said, these suck, that wouldn't be defamation. That would be an opinion.
Right.
Which I don't think I would have hated them, to be quite fair. The fact that this is the response
Exactly,
to them
good point.
canceling my order, I have no words.
Samantha, what are you doing, my girl? You
What
can
are
rewind
you
the tape. She
doing?
didn't say anything negative about your pajamas. She never said that she was maliciously ordering these to be able to give a bad review. Like, where did you get that
Wow.
information? Well,
Absolutely
here's where that
amazing.
information came from, supposedly.
I don't know how I
Uh-oh.
missed this from 3 p.m. today. I saw the comment that I got tagged in first, but this was in my requests. Hey,
Oh
I
my
wanted to reach out
God.
personally, but the reason we canceled your order is because we were informed that you posted on Reddit. That you posted on Reddit before you... What?
What
I
the
don't even
hell?
have a Reddit. And that you intended to leave a bad review regardless of the quality, which is a crime.
Jesus Christ, what is up with these unbelievably paranoid influencers who are trying? You can't get away with anything, can you? You can't soak your audience. You can't lie to them. What is the world coming to? And now you're stalking the people who put in an order? Oh my God. This does sound familiar, does it?
And shows
Doesn't it?
malicious intent to harm.
A crime.
Are you threatening me?
Crime.
If this information is incorrect, please let me know. No shade to you personally. I didn't even know who you were until this, just protecting ourselves, but wanted to give you the space to speak. Samantha, drop the screenshots, girl. Drop the screenshots of me on Reddit. You could trace every IP to every account on Reddit. I have one, I think. I have never posted a comment. I have never commented on anything. I only have it to read the snark pages about me.
Oh my God. Some people just shouldn't launch a brand, I guess. I mean, how could you possibly have handled this worse? You know, when they were being raked over the coals for the prices, they should have hired a PR person. They should have hired a PR person because they have the money. They knew that the brand was already in trouble. I mean, stalking your buyers or your customers and then actually putting in writing what this lunatic wrote to this lady. Oh my God, a woman with 1 million followers on TikTok. Really? Is this what we're doing? Is this the lady with 1 million followers on TikTok? I mean, she's got over 700,000. She's got 712 likes, 1,000 likes on this video. I mean, what a disaster. You must be joking.
But anyway, this is obviously no, that wasn't me. I think that we both know that. I wasn't posting on Reddit saying that I was going to give you a bad review. Are you well? Are y'all well? No.
They're not.
I cannot get over the fact that she called it a crime to order something
Amazing.
with malicious intent to post a bad review. It's not a crime, okay? I suppose if you really wanted to, you could sue somebody for defamation, but that's a civil suit. That's not a criminal suit. Samantha does not
isn't.
know what she's talking about. And I think right here, she's acting out of defense. She's feeling really threatened and upset about how the launch of these PJs went. And I think she's panicking and spiraling and doing her best to do damage control, but it's not working. The exact opposite effect is taking place. Also, how could you possibly know that this one anonymous post on Reddit is connected to this girl on TikTok who said that she was ordering your pajamas to give you a review? I don't think there's a way to do that unless you find out their actual IP address or something. I don't know. Maybe there's better internet sleuths out there than me,
Crazy.
but I don't know how to do that. But going back to the defamation thing, she apparently believes that posting a negative review about a product constitutes defamation and therefore
No.
legal action, which is
No.
so funny. Stating your opinion is not defamation. If Samantha really wanted to, she could sue a customer for defamation over a bad review, because guess what? You can sue anyone for anything. And at
That's
that point, it's kind of a
absolutely
matter of
true.
who has more money. If Samantha accuses a customer of defamation, then that person could defend themselves and stand up to her and prove that it's not defamation in court, but they would need the funds to be able to do that. You can
Right.
prove that you're in the right, but generally only if you have enough money to fund your legal defense. But somehow I don't think that Samantha is going to waste her time filing all these lawsuits against people who are giving her bad reviews, because that would mean that she would have to pay her own attorney fees. And that's not
I don't know. The woman sounds crazy. So you never know. You never know.
practical for most people. Even influencers likely don't have the kind of money to just be throwing at lawsuits whenever they get their feelings hurt. And it is so petty that For the Mems would cancel someone's order out of fear that they're going to receive a negative review. Because again,
Wow.
what do you have to hide? I think that Samantha's response in particular is an exceptionally bad look, and it's not helping the situation at all.
Not
I would like to
even a
think that if
little
I was
bit.
in her position, I would be apologizing profusely. I would feel so bad about it. I would take the loss and I tried to do better in the future. And they're kind of trying to do that with the apology video and lowering the prices a little bit. But then behind the scenes, they're sending DMs
Thanks,
to
Buggy
people and being
Bugs.
all defensive and like just accept defeat and do better moving forward. Although I
Right.
do empathize on a human level with the fact that this is probably a really stressful and painful situation for these two influencers. I'm sure they had a lot higher hopes for the launch of their clothing line, and the internet can be really harsh and really
Yeah.
overwhelming with everybody's
Tell me about
opinions,
it.
especially when there is this kind of timestamp on it, like something big happens, you drop something, and then everyone's opinions come flooding in all at once. It's a lot. I understand what that feels like to a degree, and so I do feel bad for them on that level. I don't wish that feeling on anybody. It's horrible. But at the same time, it's almost like, what do you expect if you know there are all these issues with your clothing line and you know that it's all kind of thrown together haphazardly, and then you slap this gigantic price tag on it? Like, there's no way they actually thought in their minds that that was going to go over well, you know? It seems like there may have been multiple opportunities throughout this process to course correct and to get back on track to avoid this kind of an outcome, and that didn't happen. And on that note, that's everything I have to show you for today's video. Thank you for hanging with me through a little bit of a unique topic today. I don't usually zero in on like one specific influencer or one specific situation, but this was all over my algorithm when it happened. I was following along in
mine
real
too.
time, and I think it's a great opportunity to talk about the larger issue of influencers taking advantage of their audience and not doing their due diligence when creating and launching products, and then expecting their audience to pay the
Thank you,
price. I'll end this off by
Crochetter.
saying that
Thank
I
you, my
do
love.
wish Cecily and Samantha the very best in their future business endeavors. I do empathize with the fact that this
For
likely
Hannah.
feels like a huge disappointment in their very first launch, and it's hard to deal with the feedback that's coming in about that. But I hope that they learn and they grow from this experience. I hope they're able to turn For the Mems around. I hope they're able to do better in the future. I would love to see them find success creating quality products at a reasonable price point, because that is what their followers deserve. And with that, that's everything for another episode of Influencer Insanity.
Thank you, Hannah Alonso. She is such a good content creator. She has been ruthlessly attacked by the MLM Huns because she does a lot of MLM content, and she's good. I mean, I admit that I'm not that interested in MLM content, but there are times when I'm in the grocery store and I see she's uploaded a long video about some company I've never heard of, and I find her really compelling, and she does her homework. She's terrific. So, oh, Kiki Chanel, you know, Roya, today I was watching Kiki Chanel's video about Patrick Ta, and it was fantastic. She's a wonderful content creator. She's excellent, and I'm a big fan. All right, guys, so it is 5:15 in the state of Indiana at the Mo. So I am going to end the stream now. I'm going to wish you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. And once again, I want to thank you for all the support. I want to thank everybody for having our backs. I want to thank you so much for the wonderful kindness that you've shown us. Really, I mean, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. Do consider dropping a sub to the channel, dropping a like. And with that, happy Thanksgiving. And I will see you maybe on Friday if I have something to talk about. And see you later. Thanks, everybody. And congrats to all the new members. And thank you, NEGS, for making their memberships possible. See you later.